What's going on, my friends? It is CJ Curry. It's a money making Monday. So I'm back here with a prize picks video showing you three different picks that we could take a look at tonight. Some different ways, different options that you can play these, and maybe you add them to your existing picks and entries that you're already liking. Maybe you decide you only want to take one or two of them. You do with them what you want. Get crazy, get weird. It's all up to you. But I appreciate you guys being here. Thank you so much for subscribing to the channel. If you're not subscribed yet, go ahead and hit the subscribe button now and the like button, and I'll continue to bless you with free content right here on YouTube. So without further ado, let's jump into some of these picks and take a look at what stood out to me on what is a kind of a smaller MLB slate, let's call it. I think there's only 10 games on today's slate. Options are kind of limited, values kind of drying up, so it might be a day for you to kind of go a little lighter with your entries. Maybe you don't play as much volume as you typically would. But let's go ahead and start things off here with Logan Webb of the San Francisco Giants. He's at 98.5 pitches thrown, and I'm thinking about taking Logan Webb for under 98.5 pitches thrown. Let me show you why. So we're going to use a couple of different tools here today, a couple of different projection models. The first projection model is going to be The Bat by Derek Carty. You can find this either on Roto Grinders, which is the site that you see on the screen right now, or you can jump over to EV Analytics. They've added a bunch of support for PrizePicks plays. So either way you want to take it, The Bat by Derek Carty, the #1 projection model of my liking. So we're going to go ahead and type in Logan Webb's name first and foremost, and we go over here to the PPC category. That is his pitch count, projected pitch count. And you can see a projection of 96 projected pitches, which is obviously less than 98.5. Now, on top of this, we've got some other projections that we could take a look at. These are provided to us by Fantasy Labs. So once again, we go over here, we type in Logan Webb's name. We come over here to the projected pitch count column, and you can see that he is projected for 98. Again, the line's 98.5, so these are very razor sharp lines, okay? But nonetheless, 98 is less than 98.5, so we've got two projections showing Logan Webb for less than 98.5. And just to get a third projection up on the screen, we're going to head over to the FTN website here. This is Fade the Noise Daily, and you can see that they've got Logan Webb's projected pitches set at 97. So there's three different projection models. All of them tend to agree that taking the under on Logan Webb at 98.5 pitches today is the way to go. Now we're jumping over to props.cash. If you guys are not using props.cash and you want to get access to this site, you can use code Curry, get signed up. I've left a link for you down in the description of today's video. So go down to the description, scroll down to the bottom, use code Curry, sign up for your first month, and you'll save yourself 25%. Not a bad deal. But this site right here, this app has everything that you could possibly want to know when it comes to baseball, basketball, football. You want it, they got it, okay? So we're going to take a look at Logan Webb's pitch count real quick. We've got his pitching outs pulled up. Here's the way that you do this, by the way. If you're an existing props.cash user and you don't know where to find his pitches, go to the pitching outs category, okay, like I've done here. Scroll down just a little bit, and this second chart here, once you scroll down, will show you the pitches thrown, okay? And that's what we want to look for Logan Webb. You can see his season average is 97.6. So already right out of the gate, 97.6 is less than 98.5. Things are looking pretty darn good. And then we can take a look at his splits, home splits versus away splits. Tonight, he is on the road against Cincinnati. So we're going to look at his home splits first and foremost. Now at home, he averages 98.7 pitches thrown per game, which is a little bit higher than his line of 98.5. But as I mentioned, he will be pitching away from San Francisco today. So we could take a look at that average, and it's 96.7, which is less than 98.5, okay? And in his last 5 games, you can see he's averaging 97.8 pitches thrown per game in those last 5. So not only do we have 3 projection models that I know, that I trust, that I love, but we've also got some historical data here that shows us that Logan Webb on the road typically doesn't have as high of a pitch count as he does when he pitches at home. So the first pick is Logan Webb for less than 98.5 pitches thrown. Now you know the reasoning. Now you know the why behind the pick. The next one, we got 2 different hitters here. Michael, I don't know. Michael Garcia, we'll go with that. Kansas City Royals, he's got a line of 0.5 runs. Now, I've been taking some unders on some of these hitters, these batters, when it comes to categories like total bases or runs. And in this case, I'm looking to do the same with Michael Garcia here. Because you think about a run prop, right? What has to happen? Well, the guy first and foremost has to get on base. He's got a couple different ways, 3 different ways that I could think of doing that. He could either be hit by a pitch, which doesn't happen all that much, but it could happen. He could be walked. That's another way to get yourself on base. Or he could use his bat. That's right. He could swing the bat, get a hit, and find himself on base. So that's the first step, right? The guy has to get on base. But then from there, he has to rely on one of his teammates. One of the guys that's behind him in the batting order has to also get some hits in order to get Mr. Garcia around the bases into home plate. So it's kind of a complicated process for this guy to reach 1 run. And I'm hoping today that he doesn't do that. So I'm looking at Garcia for less than 0.5 runs. Again, we're going to check out some different projections. We're going back to the bat by Derek Carty. And we're going to just simply type in Garcia's first name here. And you can see that when we do that, we go over to the runs category. He's projected for just 0.49 runs, which is slightly less than his line of 0.50. So more likely than not that he's going to go for 0 runs. Hopefully these projections are ringing true today. Secondly, we could go over here to RotoWire. We could pull up another projection here, and you can see that RotoWire's got his projected runs at just 0.39. 0.39 is obviously less than 0.5. So we've got 2 different projection models now for Michael Garcia to go less than 0.5 runs. If he gets 1 run, we're screwed, but hopefully he stays below that number. And we'll go and get a third and final projection here for Mr. Garcia. When we go and check NumberFire completely free for you guys to use, by the way. Go check out numberfire.com. 0.58 runs, which again is closer to that 0.5 number. It's a little higher than 0.5, but it's not high enough to give me any type of anxiety. I'm not scared of this. I'm not afraid of taking the under here on a projection of 0.58, especially when we got 2 other projection models that have them going under 0.5. So that's what we're looking for on Michael Garcia. All right. 0.49 to 0.58 is sort of the range of possible outcomes for Garcia tonight. So that's why I'm taking the under on him. And then last one, we got another San Francisco Giant here, Luis Matos. Now, there's not a lot of data on Mr. Matos here, but he's at 0.5 hitter strikeouts. And I'm going to show you some projections and show you some historical data using props.cash as to why I'm thinking about taking Matos for less. So let me show you that real quick and give you the reason why. So we'll head over here. We'll type in his last name on the bat. You can see that the bat has him projected for just 0.47 Ks going up against Brandon Williamson. Brandon Williamson today, by the way, is expected for about 4 strikeouts. So as long as Matos can hold Williamson off, he might end up facing the bullpen. I don't think it's going to be a very long day for Williamson tonight on the mound, but we'll just have to wait and see. But nonetheless, 0.47 strikeouts is the first projection we have for Matos here. Let's check a second projection out. Heading over to RotoWire in this case, they've got him at 0.42 projected strikeouts. So that's 2 different projection models, again, that I've used on a daily basis that help me win. And I trust them. And so in this case, we've got 2 different strikeout props, 2 different projections that have him going under that 0.5 strikeout number. Now, I told you we would get you some historical data, some information on Mr. Matos here, and I will do just that using props.cash. So when we take Matos and we look at his game logs here, this is all the games that he's appeared in this season, which is a total of 25. He's only struck out 1 or more time in 40% of the games that he's appeared in. So that's a 10 out of 25 hit rate. Now we're going to scroll down just a little bit here. He's going to be facing up Brandon Williamson, who is a left-handed pitcher. Now, you could see the numbers for Matos in a limited sample size, 27 plate appearances against left-handed pitchers. He holds a .364 batting average, which is fantastic when you're talking about his ability to have success against lefties. We scroll down just a little bit here, looking at historical information. San Francisco Giants versus Brandon Williamson. There isn't any historical information, but we can look at the season numbers here for Matos. They're projecting that he's going to be maybe 6th or 7th in the lineup today. You can see that he has 90 plate appearances under his belt this season, just a 12.2% strikeout rate, which is fantastic, right? It's actually the lowest of anybody that's projected to be in the starting lineup today. So that's looking very good. And then you take a look at what he's done against left-handed pitchers. You've got Matos here against lefties, 27 plate appearances. We talked about the batting average, but look at the K rate against lefties in those 27 plate appearances against left-handed pitchers. Just a 3.7% K rate. So again, you can see why he's projected for less than 0.5 strikeouts on a couple of different models. Things are looking pretty darn good here. Pretty high walk rate at 18.5% as well. So if he's in the lineup, hopefully he is, I'm thinking about taking the under on Matos today. Now, you could do what you want with these. You could go flex play. You could go power play. You could take just one of your favorite out of the three, and again, you could pair it with something that you're really liking and make you maybe make a 2-pick power play. I think in this case, since we have to have 2 different players from 2 different teams, we wouldn't be able to take Webb and Matos and pair them together. We could go Webb, Garcia, and Matos and make this a 3-pick power play. Not the greatest way to go, but I think I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I'll flex it. Again, if you can find more picks, making this a 5-pick or a 6-pick would probably be more optimal. Or if you wanted to take it in a 2-pick power play, that would probably be fine too. I've got like $558 in my account. I'm just going to put like $28 on it. If I win on this 3-pick flex, it'll turn into $63. That way, if I get one of these wrong, one of these guys ends up selling, as they say, we'll at least walk away with a little bit of profit here, which would be like a 1.25x payout. So I'm going to play it safe. I'll take the flex option on what is a relatively dry day here on Money Making Monday. But appreciate you guys watching. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'll be providing more picks when it comes to MLB, WNBA as we march forward and get closer and closer to NFL season. So make sure you're subscribed, turn those notifications on so that as soon as this video gets uploaded to YouTube, you're not left out in the cold. Good luck today, and we'll catch you in the next one, guys. Peace.